will you look at those? They're already budding. Those are my tomatillos. And they're still in the cups. And they're putting on flowers. I might have to take those buds off, because I'm not ready for them to do that yet. Not until I get them where they're going to be. So, hey everybody. I hope this wind isn't going to be a problem on this video. It wasn't windy until I picked up my camera. Honest. I've been out here doing stuff and there's been no wind. And all of a sudden I pick up my camera and there's wind. Anyways, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, my name is Keisha and this is my channel, Saving Greens Homestead, and I am planting some tomatoes out in my garden. Now my last frost date is April 9th and I've been checking the weather predictions and stuff, and so far it doesn't look like we're gonna have any really cold temps. So I've been putting my tomatoes and stuff out. I already planted this one over here. And the cup says habanero, but it's not. This one is a prairie fire that I got from Baker Creek. And so, yeah, I got that one set up already. And it's supposed to be a real sweet and good tomato. So I'm anxious and excited about that. And I got my little, now these are the same little marker tags that I made for when I had started my seeds in the trays, and I'm just reusing them out here to mark the actual tomatoes. So there's a lot of things I want to talk to you guys about and show you. I just don't have enough time to do it. There's so many new things going on and exciting things with spring being here that these hollyhocks were supposed to go in the front yard. You guys, we still need to do a lot more in our front yard. That has kind of stalled a little bit, but we got everything that we need to finish that project, so we're gonna get back to it once we have the time. That's my biggest opposition right now, is just time, having the time. These strawberries have a lot of flowers on them. And I already got some of these buckets filled and put together, and I will go through and explain to you what I did for that. But look at my black Arkansas apple tree. It's all open and I'm excited about this one. Look at that. Those are the first blooms that this grafted apple, which is, let me see, which one is this one? Fuji apple has ever put on. And all the leaves and everything, I'm so happy. This tree in particular is 4 different apple trees grafted onto it, and I thought that this one right here, and the Fuji one in the back there, I thought that they were duds, because for the first 3 years that I had this tree, they didn't bloom or sprout or nothing. And so now they are. Look at this one, sprouted out. So I'm happy. Hopefully I'll get some blooms on that one. That's a Gordon. That one is a Gordon apple. And then this one is Golden Dorset. And look at all of these apple babies. There's tons of apple babies on here. So I am going to have a booming harvest. And then this one is Anna apple. And you can see I still have blooms on it, but I also have a lot of fruit starting on it. So I'm excited for this season with that. But I have gone around and I put this container here and got it set up. I'm going to be planting tomatoes in these blue containers. I got that one set up and ready. I don't know what I'm going to put in that one just yet. But this one over here, I got this one set up and I put a tomato in there already. And this one is a parfait, dwarf parfait tomato. So I just want to put that label in there while I talk with you. And this one, this is where my grapes used to be, and I moved my grape vine, and I'll eventually show that where I put that one once I get it together. But you guys, these blue buckets, I layered them like I always do from my containers. I layered them. In the bottom I put wood chips to help with moisture control, and also the wood chips, as they break down, they help feed the soil and the soil life. And then I put some organic matter, which is some weeds that I had laying around that I pulled, that I stuck in there, and I put a lot of them down in there. You can use kitchen scraps, kitchen waste, you can use other yard waste, but I put those in there to help, as it breaks down, it'll help fertilize my plant and give it some additional nitrogen. And then I put chicken poop, and I put some wood ash and biochar, and then I put some peat moss, because I had it here, so I used what I got. Some aged manure, and then I added in some of this alfalfa, and then I topped it with some potting soil as my topsoil. And then on this one I put on top of it some more of that alfalfa, crumbled up alfalfa that I had, alfalfa pellets. So that is what I did for these, all of these. And I'm gonna show you, I did some more over here. See, I got weeds everywhere. Now I'm not putting these grass weeds in there, but I did put like these type of weeds. But see, I have these other buckets here. I did the same thing to these ones as well. And I got those thorns on there to keep the cats out of them, because we have neighborhood cats. I've got 3 cats. And this one in particular, this guy, he's the one I'm always complaining about. That's my Max. But then there's Sunny, and I caught Sunny getting into some stuff too. So it's not just Max, but it's Sunny too. The only one who don't really mess around too much with my garden beds and stuff is Tiger. And I think that's because he just knows, because I've chased him out so many times. But this is my bed that I put those cabbages and stuff in. And as you can see, the onions are huge now. I let these go to seed. I have been using some of them, but these ones I let go to seed, and I most likely will leave the ones on the end and let them continue to go to seed. And I'll probably take these out and just use them in my cooking. Like I used some of these for some to put in some turkey soup that I made the other day, and they were good. They were tender and stuff still. They tend to be a little fibrous when they get real big, like this one. But I like onion, you guys, so it don't really bother me. I use what I can. But I have all these cabbages in here, and I have some volunteer sunflowers that came up. But I planted tomato right there, a dwarf tomato. I don't have his cage or anything set up yet, because I'm still trying to protect this bed from this guy. But I put in a couple of these, like this one is called Yellow Fire. Let me get the tag there. That one is called Yellow Fire, and this one is called Dwarf Awesome. So let me get that in there so I can remember, because as I get older, there we go, because as I get older I can't remember stuff. So, and I'm about to plant this one. This one is Dwarf Aussie Drop. So I'm about to plant this one in here too, in between, in the middle right here. And my hopes is that by the time these cabbages grow, the tomato plant would have had a chance to establish itself and grow up tall enough so that it won't get drowned out. At least that's the hope. But we'll see. And then I have these 2 more tomato plants. Those are dwarfs as well. And one is going to go in this container after I clean out all of the weeds that's growing in it. And the other one is not going to go in this container, but it's going to go in this spot. This container is broke. So I'm going to remove it and replace it with another container so that I can get it, plant the tomato in there. But just to give you a quick overview of everything that I've got going, these cabbages took off. It's cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower that I have over here. And it's taken off because our weather has been so nice. They grow so much. I'm hoping they don't crowd out the corn that you saw me planting last video. But these peas are seeming to be doing okay. And yeah, I planted a whole bunch of corn in this bed. So I'm hoping that they have a chance to come up before these cabbages get overwhelmingly big. And look at my mimosa. It's coming to life too. I gotta stake it better because it outgrew this stake that I put here. And it kind of leans in my walkway here. So I guess it wouldn't be bad if it was taller. But right now I'm always bumping into it. And then this other bed, those are alfalfa pellets on the top there. That's how they look once they get wet and they start breaking down into the soil. That's how they look. But I've been taking onions out of here to use as well. But I gotta water all this stuff up because I have a whole bunch of corn planted there, as you saw in my last video, and here. I have corn planted in here as well. This bed over here, I just planted corn in here yesterday. And there's a whole bunch of sunflower volunteers because I couldn't get all the sunflower seeds that fell out, that the birds scattered all over the place eating. So there was tons of sunflower seeds just loosing around in here. And so I have a lot of volunteers. This cabbage went to seed. This is the first time I've ever seen cabbage go to seed. And the flowers is just coming out of every side of it. I thought it would grow like one central stalk. Like right here that's being held back by the bird netting. I thought it would just be one central stalk, but they're just exploding out everywhere on this cabbage. So, oh, let me show you this flower while I'm here. It's a mess. We had a storm blow through here the other day. But look at that tulip, you guys. It's so pretty. So pretty. The wind blew that plastic. I had that solar light on top of it. It blew all of that and the sticks off from my carrot box here. So that's why that's all like that. I just haven't gotten around to pick it up yet. You guys, I wanted to show you. I have a volunteer Swiss chard coming out of my lemon container. That is so funny. Oh, yes. I just noticed that this fig, this is my Chicago hardy fig. It is coming to life. It's waking up. This fig put off some real good fruit last year. I didn't even want to share those fruit. This fig always is an early riser. I don't know what variety it is. I got it from my mother-in-law. And this one has not fruited yet. So I don't know if I'm going to like the fruits on this one, but the plant is pretty. I like how the structure of it is. This is the one I propagated from a little stick. Look who's up there getting water out of the bird bath. You guys, I have been chopping and cutting back this oleander. And you can really see it down here, the difference. Because I got that all cut back really nice. And then I got the tops of this one, but the lower parts I'm having a hard time reaching, so I talked to my husband into getting me one of those bush trimmers or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. And so we're gonna pick up one of those because that'll make that job a whole lot easier. But I'm gonna pick up all these oleander sticks and stick them back here in my pile. And then in these beds here, I'm gonna go ahead and plant some tomatoes and get them going already. And these tomatoes back here, I'm gonna string up. But the tomatoes that are in the sun, that get a whole bunch of sun every day, I have a different way that I'm going to trellis them this year. So I'll share that with you when I get to that point. But yeah, it's coming along. It's a lot of work. And I got all these weeds still. Tons of weeds everywhere. Because, oh, let me show you the ladybanks. Because spring came early this year. And so, yeah, I've been working, trying to get all of this stuff together. These are so pretty. I love these. Look at it, and it just goes over there. We were planning on taking this patio cover down. This is how all the rest of the patio covers that we took down around from the backyard here, which it was a lot, all looked like this and had stuff growing. This one has the ladybanks. The one that we took off that was here, you can see the wood that they used to frame it. But the one that was here, it was huge. And that one wrapped around to this side. See that? All the way over. That was one huge patio cover. And that's what I used to build I repurposed the wood to build my garden beds with. But that one was leaning, and they had wisteria growing on top of that one. And we cannot get all of the wisteria roots out, so it's just growing all up through this cracks in the patio cement here. I don't know if you could see it over there, but there's some coming out of the ground over there. And so yeah, it's a mess. Wisteria is hard to get rid of. Anyways, I wanted to jump on here and show you guys what's going on and some of the stuff that is growing. And I almost got a full garden to show you guys. Oh, look at this. This is arugula. I had some growing in this bed last year. Was it last year? I think it was last season. And it did so well, and I let it flower. And look, now I got some popping up in the middle of the yard. I mean, it's in the middle. Like, but I know it's arugula because of the flowers. I love the flowers on there. I just didn't realize that that's what that was until it flowered. Huh. Okay. So, oh, I brought you over here because I wanted to show you my peach trees before I get off of here. And show you how pretty my peach trees look. And it looks like I have little fuzzy. Let me see if I could get it. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's little fuzzy buds of peaches. I love it. I love it. Because this tree is a very good producer for me. And look at it, it's just loaded with fuzzy buds. It almost sounds like I'm saying fuzzy butts. But it's loaded with fuzzy buds. Let's see. Oh, yeah, on that side you can really see it. Because I'm not fighting the sun. I'm working with the sun. So you can really see it now. There's a lot of them. Ooh, I'm gonna have a good crop this year. I'm happy with everything. Everything looks pretty good. You know, I didn't have much of a fall winter garden because I had to keep restarting it and restarting it and restarting it because of this guy and those girls that you hear scratching around over there. And so I really just, it never took off. The only thing that was succeeding is my garlic, because the chickens didn't mess with that when they got out. But I'm happy that spring is here. You guys, my girls are finally producing eggs. I don't have to do that walk of shame in the grocery store and buy eggs. I've been getting almost a dozen of eggs a day from them, so yay, I'm happy. But anyways, you guys, that wasn't a complete tour, but it was enough of things that are popping up and stuff that of interest that I wanted to show you right now. And as the days go on and the season gets into full swing, then I'll show you more garden tours of everything. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this video and being interested in my little humble garden. Thank you for subscribing if you're already subscribed. If you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button. There's a whole lot more interesting stuff coming up, I promise you, including a new gardening method that I'm trying out, and I will share it as I go along step by step, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching, and as always, God bless.